Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? My name is Reese, and welcome back to the Minecraft 2025 Let's Play Adventure, where today we are celebrating our continued success, Deadbolt 5K. Yes, success, having completed 2 of the 9 great goals ere the end of the year. We have explored the underground city, we have built a fishing grotto, and now all that remains for us to do is, we've got to go to the roof of the Nether, and finish the transformation. We got to finish the animal collection. We've got to finish Gilyerm Village, the Great Bridge Project, finish the house. I don't even know what that one really means. The Unknown Project, which is nothing. There isn't really anything there. And slay the dragon 24 times, which we're well on our way to doing. Today, though, I've been kind of bouncing back and forth and thinking about what we ought to do. And one of the ideas that I had was to build a temporary bridge. And the reason is, if I'm going to build this sort of big, extravagant bridge over here, it might be nice to go ahead and have a template for where it needs to be built and how it needs to be built. And then also, we can use the smaller bridge to build the underside of the larger bridge. This was the grand idea that I had to hopefully make the manufacturing process a little bit easier on ourselves. Potentially. We'll have to see. I'm thinking something like, if we do the bridge down here, and I'm thinking now the bridge might be 5 wide. Originally I was thinking 3 wide, but that seems a bit small. Like the actual main bridge, is the real bridge is going to be 5 wide, but maybe the sub-bridge can be 3 wide, and kind of centered up right here. And then we're going to have the 2 towers to either side, kind of acting like gates, and then a sort of thing across there, and a portcullis that's raised, which can use iron bars, I reckon. And yeah, it's going to go across to there, where, depending on the height, it's going to go right into a mountain. Oh. Well, here comes the sun, Scooby-Dooby-Doo-Dah. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's about dang time. Are we sure that's where we want the bridge, though? Because looking at it, the bridge to the mainland is going to be a bit of a big deal, right? There's a part of me that likes the idea of following this bridge's trajectory and just going straight across this little island here, maybe to that tip there, and then bringing it across here and connecting it up, but where? I mean, we could always bring the land out over here. That's certainly a possibility, and have a little landing area down there. Maybe a bridge over a river that leads into the secret underground docking station for our boat. I don't know, though. I'm not quite sure about that. It's adding a lot of work to it, isn't it? Having a bridge that connects up to a landmass that doesn't exist yet. Be great for the fireworks show we talked about, though. Just standing out in the middle of the bridge here and having the fireworks be kind of behind the island there. And it means that we won't have to clear out jungle or make a trail and make a 3rd bridge to get to here in order to get to this, second bridge, because this is bridge 1. Bridge 2, Bridge 3. A weird way of counting them, you think we'd go in order of construction. This is also a shorter gap to build a bridge on, even if we do build out the landmass a little bit down here. But now that I've kind of talked about it, I think I may have talked myself into building the bridge over here, which means I guess we would want to start over here to actually figure out, okay, what is the center that we're going to be building off of? Clear some of that away. I mean, not clear it away, maybe even just build it up. It's getting dark. Well, okay, let's say we did that. Let's say that we built the bridge over here instead, right? An idea that I'm not super opposed to. What is happening right now? Am I just floating on top of the water? What is going on there? That was odd. Am I across from it right now? Would it be right hereabouts, I guess? It's hard to tell. I need to get up on the land. There we go. So if we're standing right here and we're looking dead ahead... further over even. Maybe closer right about here? It's doable. It doesn't look quite right, does it? It's hard to, line up with that way over there and tell whether or not I'm straight on. I feel like I definitely am right here. And it looks like I am, possibly. Okay, let's go to bed. And in the morning, we'll swim over there with some basic necessities, some basic building tools, some basic bog standard sand, stone, wood, and whatnot, and we'll figure it out. We'll figure things out. We'll sort through this together as a family. Except we're not related. Don't get it twisted. I'm not your poppy. We gotta pick what we're gonna build the buildings, like the gatehouses out of. What material we're gonna use. Obviously, stone bricks seems like the go-to. It's probably what the bridge is going to be built out of too, just because that's the easiest thing to get en masse. I hate to make my decisions based on like, oh, well, what's the easiest thing for me to get my hands on? But being realistic, if we're going to have it done by the end of the year, I mean, this is a big project. Probably going with stone brick is the way to go, just because we have so much of it. I think that's going to have to be the solution. Like, even now looking in here, it's like, wait, there's not that much stone in there. Yeah, but think about how quickly we can get stone, right? Like, think about how quickly I can just go underground and mine out a massive swath of stone. It'd be faster than growing trees and trying to use wood, and we've got a lot of wood already. But I remember the process involved in making that wood. Real quick, is there anything else we want to build? I mean, if I needed any of those materials, I could probably go ahead and get some of them right here. I was going to say, yeah, I've got stairs and various different accoutrements. Having these in the water, because I want to do at least one big pillar, probably more, and having them be mossy stone, I think is a brilliant idea, because it's representative of what a bridge under the water would actually look like. It'd gather a bunch of moss, unless we're sending someone out there to clean it up on occasion, which we're not. I did not mean to use 2 rocks there. Rocks, that's short for rockets. That's what the kids call it. You guys wouldn't know if you're in the elderly camp. I'm cool and hip like that. I'm hip with the kids. I know what's going on here. I know about poggers. I know about Unk. I know what's going on. I know about Asmondog. Asmondog? I know about Hassan Piker electrocuting his dog and probably blaming it on Asmongold was the sentence I was going to say, and it all ran together in my head. Because I might be cool and hip with the kids, but I am old. Never mistake that for a second. I am old and my brain don't work so good sometime. So, what, 3 blocks above the water. That's 1 block there. 2 block, 3 block above the water. That way, you know, bridges. Boats can go underneath it pretty successfully. 2, 3. So we actually want the top of the bridge, the start of the bridge, to be on that level. And so if we kind of build this out, we're going to go just, like, really simple here for the first run. We're going to do 1 single piece. Is that even in the center, though? Like, did I even really check? Not really, no. It's nowhere near the center. I've completely cooked it already. We're off to a horrible start. Get me some sand. Let's build all of this up, straight across like that. And then we will count 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my gosh. Well, maybe I was a bit hasty there. Clearly, I did get it perfectly centered on this perfect little nubbins right here. Now, if we wanted it centered with this entire thing here, which I don't think we do, because this entire thing here is not, like, straight across the front. It curves off pretty aggressively right there. So this is, in fact, the center. And if later we decide that we don't like all of this over here, kind of throwing off our groove, what we can do is we can, actually, you know what? Looking dead ahead from here, I think we will have this be like that. And then, yeah, we will just widen that side out. So it's 4 over there. It's 2 over here right now. And there you go. Now it's 4. I've once again made it the center. Good on me. I'm so good and clever and smart. And attractive. Undeniably so. Undeniably so. Your girlfriend sends me messages, okay? That goes like that. And then if we want to go 5 wide for the main bridge, I mean, shouldn't we go ahead and actually spec that out now that I'm thinking about it? Gosh, it hurts having such a big and functional brain. Sometimes it really does mess with me. So there we go. And we need to extend this out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is going to be the main bridge structure here, going straight across. And like I said, we are going to do just 1 wide for now. So it's going to be right here. I see you down there, buddy. I see you. And again, the main bridge is going to be built on top of this one. Was the initial plan. But now that I'm building it, kind of feels like I might just be building the actual bridge. Hard to say at this present moment. Because am I actually going to build another bridge on top of this one? Like, at least 2 blocks higher so I can get underneath it and have this sub-bridge? You know what? Maybe still yes. Maybe still yes. We might end up doing that. I'm not quite sure. I've got to say, now that I'm closer, I don't like the trajectory. I kind of wish it was centered up on that bit there. But that would require so much modification to the beach over here, but that's doable. Wouldn't we rather have it centered up over here? Shouldn't we have made this our standard? Or should we extend the mountain further that way and make it center up with the bridge that we've already built? We could do that. I have long wanted to make the cave there a lot bigger. We might be doing more modifications to the house in the near future, now that I'm thinking about it, and to the entire island as a whole. So, you know what? We're going to charge ahead boldly. We're going to keep building this and say that this will be the center of the bridge. And the bridge is going to be the thing that we now base future modifications of the home island on. And maybe I'm just recklessly charging ahead with mistakes. I don't know. You don't know. Don't pretend otherwise. Unless you've watched this series already and you're doing like a rewatch and it's 2026. Howdy, by the way. Hope things are going well. Let me know if I'm still making content down below. Feel like there's a possibility I might not be. I might have retired by then. Maybe I woke up one day and said, you know what? Maybe it's time to grow up and stop playing Minecraft. Maybe it's time to grow up and get a real job. I have a real job. I do have to get a new one next year, though. That's a reality that I'm still, like, not really... I've not come to terms with yet. I know that my employment ends next year. And I'm like, I'll figure it out. Will I? I have faith in God. I'm sure it'll be okay. The ground is changing, and the elevation's getting higher, so I know that... Ooh, I was going to say we must be getting close, and I've run out of stone. Really? We made it so far, but not quite all the way. We've got to see this thing connect. That's got to happen. Let's see. Get some of this out of there. Pop it in here, and the only problem is, I wish that we could do batch conversions. Maybe even with a hopper and you have to sit back and wait, but at least you don't have to manually click this again and again and again. That's a little bit annoying and I could do without it. But, you know, in the end we got there. Is the sun setting? Oh my goodness, we've been at this for a full day, huh? Look at that. That looks wonky. That looks strange to actually see it connect up here. The way that, you know, we've talked about for ages having a bridge. And now we've done it. We've got our official, honest-to-goodness bridge. Something I guess we could do is we could have the main bridge itself have this little, like, V shape underneath it, or a U shape. And that's the, like, the access tunnel, or the maintenance tunnel that goes through the center of the bottom of the bridge and connects up on the other side. And then the bridge itself is on top of that, so we can have this part be 3 wide. And then fold up along the sides, and then that's where the actual bridge is. And I think I kind of like that, because it also sort of aids in creating a bit of volume for, if that makes sense, if that's the correct use of that concept. We want to have volume. We want to have... I mean, girth was the other word that came to mind, but we want a bridge that has substance to it, essentially. Ooh, wait a minute, hold on. Wouldn't that mean that we would actually want to, have the stairs be here, first off? Unless we want to make the bridge even wider. Which, like, do we? Do we want the bridge to maybe be 7 blocks wide total? Oh, actually, now that I think about it, I think we might. I think we probably should have left these blocks in place instead of breaking them. And I think I'm gonna have to now hop back up there and put them back down. Yeah, hold on now. Now we've got ideas. Now we're cooking with gasoline. Also, that method right there that I was doing of going back and forth, not happening. Very irritating. Very time-consuming. I mean, it's gonna be time-consuming no matter what, because look at what I'm doing now. This is grand. Oh, you know what? How we were talking about having a gatehouse? Maybe instead of having it be on that side or that side, we have it be right in the middle. So we build a big pillar down right in the center, have it come up to, or maybe 2 big pillars, have it come up to a sort of circular island situation, right in the middle, like an artificial island. I guess right about in here is probably right. Looking at it, maybe a little bit further back, and then that's where the gatehouse is. And then you don't need a gate on each side. I like that. The only problem is, if we're ever invaded by an enemy force, I don't know who would be doing that, but if we ever were invaded by an enemy force, they would be able to gain half the bridge before there was any way to stop them. So, I don't know. I guess we could do that idea in the middle, and also a fortress on that side where the island is. So we have, like, sort of 2 different points where we might resist their incursions from. If that's the sort of thing we really need to be doing, I'm not sure. I like to think of these sorts of concepts. I like to create lore and whatnot. I like for things to make sense, even if, you know, there's never actually going to be an incursion. There's never going to be an invading army trying to attack our house. We're never going to genuinely, legitimately need guard houses and you know, iron golems protecting the bridge. It's not going to happen. I like the concept. I like to think about it. Leave me alone. Also, wow, we made it. Okay. Hey there! Hello! Little Spideroo, how are you? Maybe we should go ahead and put down some torches, even though, like, we really don't need to. This isn't going to help any. Things spawning on the bridge would be a bigger issue. Okay, see? This is the sort of thing we got to worry about. We got to keep building. We can't stop even for a second. This zombie horde is making its way across. We got to keep going. Nah, this is silly. Let's fight it. Let's kill it. Let's not be goofy. Those two are going to keep trying, but I'm going to keep going, and eventually I'll be out of their range before they manage to even figure out how to get up here from the looks of things. It looks like one of those zombies completely gave up, and the other one is, yeah, forgotten what he was up to. We should probably put torches down. I'm going to go ahead and not hit F7. Go ahead and hit F8. We're going to figure out exactly where they need to go. I hate that they're in the middle right now. We will correct that later. And also, I know I don't need to set them this close together. I could literally go twice as far, and it would still work. I just, you know, the more the merrier. It doesn't hurt to have too many. And eventually, we'll probably have lanterns down here, or some other light source, considering this is going to be the secret maintenance tunnel. Ooh, that's going to be used in the future when someone betrays us and gives information to the enemy that there is, in fact, a secret access tunnel underneath the bridge that is not guarded and is not patrolled, and that can be used to sneak through to the center section, and then you overthrow the guards in the center section, and you distract. That's what you do. You attack the gatehouse on that side, which causes all the guards in the center section to rush to defend, and then someone creeps along the secret access hatch. Maybe a dozen good men is all you need, really. You take over the center island, and then attack the guards from the rear. You get that gate open, and now you have a clear shot to march your army across right into my home. Except not quite, because the island is going to come out a little bit. And you'll have another little bridge going across there and into the village, or over there into the menagerie, if you will. I've also been looking at the island. In particular, when I was up here, I was looking down, and I was like, it kind of looks like this should be built out some. Maybe enough to make it... I kind of liked the idea of reshaping this island to look like it would fit into Deadbolt Island, right? Like the two used to be together, and then something happened, either like some erosion or an earthquake split the two of them up. Like continents. But that's a lot of work. Not only is it a lot of work, it's work for no real material gain, which I'm not a big fan of. I like material gain. Here we are. Yes, excellent. 3 wide, all the way across, and then eventually all of this is going to be smoothed out and turned into a lovely path that leads all the way over here. This is where all my turtles went, I can see. That's nice. All the way over here to yet another bridge that is going to need to be rebuilt because this one sucks. But you can kind of see what we're working with here a little bit. You can see you can see the gears in my head turning, even though you can't actually see the gears in my head turning, and you can see where we're going with this idea. Is this going to be a covered bridge? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think this is going to be... I like that I posed that question to myself and then immediately answered my own question instantaneously. No, Reese, this is not going to be a covered bridge. Don't you be silly. What we do have to do now, though, is arguably more boring than what we were doing. Like, look how slow we are. This is as fast as we can go as well. I think if we... Yeah, I was going to say, if we turn too much to the side, that's going to happen. Can we do this faster in the water? Did we pick that up? Actually, we might be able to do it faster in the water. Ooh. If that's going to happen with any level of regularity, though, I don't want to do it in the water. Misclicks are going to add more overall time. Yeah. No. No. I don't think so. I don't think so. Big ships won't be able to go under this bridge, now that I'm looking at it. But that's okay. Big ships will be made to go around my island. They shouldn't be over here anyway. This is shallow water. They need to be over here in the deep ocean. So any ship that goes this way, we could have built it taller, but we didn't, and we're not going to. That's the lore now. If you're in a big boat, you gotta go around. And if you don't go around and you're in a big boat, you're gonna crash into the bridge. And the bridge, to be frank, is just sturdier than your boat, no matter how big your boat is. So you're gonna crash, you're gonna die, you're gonna suffer, and you're just gonna have to sort of pound sand and deal with it. It's your problem. You gotta go around. Don't forget to stop and pay your toll, because you're passing through the South Sea. And we control the Southern Sea. There's a Northern Sea and a Southern Sea. Arguably, we control both, but we have not really exercised our authority in the Northern Sea to any extent. The closest thing we've done is, I would argue, if this is the South Sea, I guess the North Sea starts right here. So we've not really done anything aside from... We've got a mine in this mountain here. We've set up a mine over here. That's kind of the only thing we've got going on in the Northern Sea. Even spawn is in the Southern... Everything's on the Southern Sea. Everything worthwhile. We've not built any great constructs up here. We need to. We probably need to put a portal on that little island there, and have that be Island 2, and build yet another, and then build up this, and have twin islands, and just like... oh, there's actually like a much nicer island right there. Oh well. That's fine. And then well, we need to have bases on all of these islands in order to assert dominance, for no reason other than to just like make sure the villagers and the pillagers know that you're here. You're in my great Northern Sea, and you must obey the rules. You must pay tribute. You must pay homage, pupil. You know, pay up your dues. Need more of these. Probably gonna need more than that. Should I just go ahead and make more than that while I'm here? I mean, you saw how much of the stone bricks we went through already. So yeah, we should probably go ahead and just make, I don't know, that many. We'll make that many. It's impossible to make too many, because we'll need more in the future. It's one of our most used blocks. Maybe we should be using various different materials, though, on the bridge. Not make the whole thing all the exact same stone brick and stone brick stairs. Maybe, well, you know what? We'll have time for sort of decoration and refining the thing once it's built. Nothing's set in stone. We've talked about this before. We can go back at any point and refine a build. We're waiting to eventually get 1.21.10 to not crash constantly, so we can get access to some cool new blocks and building techniques, and hopefully refine the church a little bit, because it's rough looking. I've not considered the church finished since we built it. It is still a work in progress, because there are things that I want to change about it. That was a mistake. We need to get Swift Sneak on our pants. The only reason we can't do it is because we don't have the levels, and I've yet to grind the levels. I should go grind the levels. Going to grind the levels during the live stream, and then instead I just started using, I was like, oh, I can collect this stuff instead of breaking it for XP, and that's what we did. Alright, that's far enough, because eventually all of this is going to be broken anyway, because we're going to extend the island out. So, at least I can hold down all of the buttons. There's no clicking involved here. Holding down the S button, holding down the D button, holding down the Shift button, holding down right click, and just waiting patiently. Not even moving any of my hands. I could get a stack of quarters and accomplish this task. I could just leave. Oh yeah, that's right. Eventually I'd get to the end, and I'd run out of material, and I'd have to have some kind of machine that can look at the screen, determine that it's run out, and then press the middle mouse button, all within the milliseconds, you know, before we skip one or fall off or something. Although, I guess, yeah, no, you would stop and hold position, but if you middle mouse button now, you're not getting stairs. Oh, okay. So that's linked up now. So far, so good. I still think we are going to actually do the thing of... It goes up and goes like this, right? And then that way, we go up one, and then it's oh yeah, and then on the side it goes up a couple. And then right on this part here, So we need to do this, basically, but on both sides. Would not believe your eyes if 10 trillion fireflies. That's every time I see the name of this song pop up, that's what comes to mind. We listened to a song by Owl City once. I think like a new song dropped and we were listening to it. And my brother, is this the same guy who can't sleep? He's like, is this the guy who's always singing about how he can't sleep? I was like, yeah, that's that guy. I don't think it was an Owl City song. I think it was him like singing and maybe like that. He did a song with Carly Rae Jepsen. I don't remember if that was like him or just. Was it just him or was it Owl City? I feel like it was just him guesting in another song. And my brother's like, that's the guy who can't sleep, isn't it? And I'm like, yeah, that's him. You know, bro. You know what's up. And we've made it back across. Oh, and we're all out of stairs once more. I think it's funny that we keep getting to within a block of being finished and then running out. You know, we could just put planks or something in the middle of this. And this is the bridge at this point. We don't need to have a second tier and a secret under tier. This is basically, we've built the bridge. Like, inadvertently, the entire time I was planning other things. And I think we've just gone and built the bridge. Oh, there we go. All right, and with plenty to spare, yeah, I think, well, I said earlier we couldn't make too many. Well, I think we did, because I need some other stones right now. Have we just gone and built the bridge? Like, reasonably, does it actually need to be much thicker? I don't really think that it does. There it is, by the way. It's a pretty good shot for the thumbnail, eh? We could also take it from up here. Alright, well, now I'm looking for some community feedback here. Looking for your thoughts and opinions on how you think we ought to progress. Does it need to have any more height to it? Because I'm starting to think no. It might look funny if we make it any taller. Oh, hi there, you. Just coming in to say hi? He just flew by to be like, nice bridge. And off he goes, making his scary little noises. What a funny guy. We really need to get a name for him. All right, so if we're not going to make it any wider, so it would be like, what, a block on top of here, 2 blocks taller, so that we could then have the top piece and have this underground section. We could also have the top section be here, and then you only access this by going, like, prone, and then you're flat, you know, like what I mean? Like you can't swim on solid surfaces? That's an option. But why? What's the advantage there? As opposed to just, this is the bridge, we put railing on it, and then we fill the center with whatever we want the center to be filled with. I mean, you know what we could do? Is we could have wood to either side, and then ice in the middle, and then we could zoom across this thing real quick. And in fact, if we did that, we might go ahead and just say, hey, let's bore a hole straight through the island and have the bridge continue directly on the other side, and it's just a straight ice shot from here to here. That would officially be the quickest route between the two. Right now, you might be able to fly faster than you can get through the portals just because of loading times, unless you use Ender Pearls, because it's been alleged to me, and we still haven't tested it, that you can toss an Ender Pearl through a portal and teleport near instantly. You don't have to wait for, I mean, you still have the loading screen, but you don't have to wait for the animation of going through the portal. So, animation, portals with Ender Pearls might be faster, especially because you could, like, exit in the nether from, like, here, and just throw an Ender Pearl, and maybe actually make it all the way across and through. Potentially, you could do that. I don't know. Seems risky, but that might be the fastest route. It might be faster flying, but an ice highway would probably be the fastest, because it would be really quick. So just ice down. The catch is trying to stay straight on an ice highway without any guide rails, if there's just wood to either side, but I don't know, you might be able to do it. Or would you get caught? Does the ice need to be elevated a block above? I actually I don't know. Well, you know what we could do, and it would also help to prevent mob spawns, is instead of putting blocks here, we can do slabs of wood. And I'm thinking like a darker wood for this. I don't know, maybe dark oak or spruce, and then the ice in the middle. And then that would, yeah, again, just zoom right through here, and then that wouldn't get caught on anything, but it might fall off to either side is the only catch then. If we made the bridge wider still, if we went another level wider, if it was a 2-tier bridge, we could have the ice in the bottom, and then the walking paths on top, if we did a 2-tier bridge. But, I mean, we don't need to do a 2-tier bridge. We don't walk across here that often. We're overthinking this. We're overthinking this. This is a simple thing. This is not that complicated. This is not that complicated. You know what's fun about a 2-tier bridge? If we have the ice be on this level, and you sit here, and then you have you're just floating in between the two, if the ice is at this level but in the middle, and then one level up, but on a lower tier, you have the planks. So that the boat is under the planks, but your body is above them, and then you're just zooming all the way through. It'd look ridiculous, though, and nothing would stop people from accidentally falling onto the ice, and that would be a disaster. I'm thinking we might... Hold on, let me go grab some slabs. At this point, I think we're done with the design for today. I'd like to actually give some time to think about it, walk away from the computer, sleep on it a bit, you know, contemplate things. But what I'm thinking right now, we could also do just white to match the house. That's kind of like the color around here. Or we could also do, like we're doing outside, have the, can you do polished diorite slab? If that's going to be the color of the stairs around here in the near future, yeah, you can do polished diorite slab. Ooh, wait a minute. Can you do waxed oxidized copper, like, slabs in smooth variety? No, they have to be... that bugs me. I don't want them to be the cut. I want them to be smooth. I'm gonna grab 8 of those anyway, though. Original idea, as stated moments ago, this to either side, and then possibly ice down the middle, or this just... you know, all the way across. We could also do the white, like I said. That sure is bright, though. That's super bright. That is, like, obnoxiously bright. I definitely am leaning towards dark oak. And then we have fencing along here. Or, you know, like this idea that we've had. This is similar to the white, but not quite as blindingly bright. And then also, like this in the middle if we don't do ice, is a bit of a look. Yeah. That is quite a look right there. Get back to the overview. Okay, so that hasn't updated yet. There it is. Eventually, that's how we're going to redesign these stairs, because I don't like the way the stairs look right now. It's actually hard. It's actually tricky. I think I might like the dark oak slabs more. I definitely am going to go ahead and say no to the pale oak. It's just too bright. Way too bright. Interestingly enough, the diorite's not quite as bright, so it doesn't bother me nearly as much. This feels more right. Right, this tickles my brain more positively than this. But I like this. Oof. No. Comment down below and let me know what you folks think. Until next time, thank y'all for watching. God bless you. See you later. Goodbye.